friends, Heidi here from Rain Country. God is good all the time. And I know it's probably going to be end of January or early February by the time you're seeing this video, but it's early January for me right now. And so I wanted to talk about the top videos from 2019. So I'm going to list off 5 of them. I picked out the 5 out of the top 8 because the other 3 were ones that were actually still in the top that were from 2018, and I did a video on that last year. So if you're curious of what those 5 videos are, I'll go ahead and link to that video down below in the description box. So don't forget to hit show more, and I will also be putting the links to all the other 5 videos that I'll be mentioning here that were in their top 8, but only 5 of them for 2019. So in the 5th place is Patrick's chick feeder, and that's from over a couple of years ago. And so at the time we decided, it was kind of a spur of the moment thing, let's go ahead and get these chickens now, these baby chicks. And we didn't have a feeder for them yet, and we didn't feel like spending the money on that right there, what they had. And because they only had the plastic ones, and I didn't want to get those ones. And so we brought them home, and then Patrick made a chick feeder out of cardboard. And that has actually been a pretty popular video. In fact, of all of his videos, it's the most popular video that he has. And it actually made it into our top 10 for 2019. So that was pretty cool. And so, yeah, so you might want to go check that out. So you might want to go check that out, how you can make your own chick feeder for practically nothing out of just cardboard. So yeah, that chick feeder worked great until they didn't need it anymore, and then by the time we got new chicks, we already had bought a galvanized chick feeder. Okay, then the one in 4th place was the one I did on about canning and botulism and that big scare, and that was an interesting video. So I recommend for sure, especially if you're getting into canning, that you go check that out, and don't forget to check out some of the comments that people put down below, because there's along with that, there's that whole idea of how, what do you do the water bath on, what do you pressure can, and there's various schools of thought on that. I could go into all that right here, but I would like you to check that out, but especially about the botulism and the actual statistics and why canning your own food is something you should not be afraid of doing. Okay, then the one in 3rd place is actually one that has been I was surprised it wasn't in the top 5 for 2018, because it's actually my most viewed video that I have on YouTube, and it's one of my very early videos, and that was how to make a fermentation starter. But instead of linking to that particular one, I'm going to go ahead and link you to the one I did after that that was more abbreviated, yet still had a little bit more information and better lighting. Because in the first year, my videos were all pretty dark, and we've managed to cheaply add more lighting to them and get them looking better and sounding better through time as well. And then I also did an update to that where I did one that was a much longer, more in-depth video about using a fermentation starter, how to refresh it and all that, and that one's actually pretty recent, and I'm going to link that one down below as well so that you can see that. So even though I should be linking you to the very, very first one, the only reason that one's still more popular is because it's already the one that's been viewed the most, and usually videos that already have an X amount of views on them get promoted more than ones that don't. But anyway, if you're interested in making the fermentation starter, I'll link you to the newer one that's, I think, is better. Then the one in the 2nd place out of the 5 that I'm mentioning is my old shampoo video. And that's another one that is actually a pretty dark picture, and I've also renewed that one. And so instead of linking you to the old shampoo video, though you can go look it up if you want to, I'm going to link you to the newest one I did, because I like the lighting better, and I add a few more ideas and give you more suggestions of herbs that you can use in making your own herbal shampoo. And then the top video for 2019, this is another one that's old, but I haven't reshot it yet. And that was my video on dandelion roots. Now, keep in mind, I want to say this here, that for a lot of people, collecting your dandelion roots is going to be best to do in the fall. For us, it's best to do that in the spring for several reasons. And we're talking about the dandelion roots from the previous year's dandelions, not from the spring, because obviously they're only going to be teeny tiny, not from the newest plants, but the ones from the previous year. And the ground is actually a lot easier to pull them up than it is in the fall, because we've had all winter long for it to get rain and soften the soil. And there's still the nice big roots. And in the spring, we get plenty of sunny days where we can get out there and get those dug up before we start putting in the garden. So just a little tip I wanted to throw in there. But yes, dandelion roots are very good for you. So go check that video out if you want to see how I dig up our dandelion roots. And you may be surprised at just the size, the sheer size of some of the dandelion roots we can get around here. And the other video, there's going to be a lot of them I'm going to link down below. The other video I want to link to is the one I did this past summer about dandelions and their benefits. So that would be the video was focused not just on the roots, it was focused on the roots, the leaves, and the flowers, because they all have their own unique benefits. So the whole plant, the plant as a whole, is just an incredible plant. So if you're not allowing it to grow in your garden, you should let that happen this year so you can get all the great benefits from that free plant that grows wild. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video on the top videos of 2019. And don't forget to check out all the ones I linked to down below. Thanks for watching. Take care, and God bless.